Amazon workers have just blocked the road leading to their workplace.
The workers united!
Will never be defeated!
The workers united!
Will never be defeated!
Join your colleagues on the picket line. Show strength.
Their managers look on as the strikers try to get more workers on their side.
Are you a member, ma'am, as well? Are you a member?
Employees at this warehouse in Coventry are making history as they stage the first ever strike against Amazon in the UK.
All I'd like, okay, is for the traffic to flow so I can unblock the island. I've got the right to go talk to anyone who's in the queue.
The cars here in the long queue, most of them want to be a member, but they don't know, they don't have that right information. So we are here in the speaker line just making them realize some of those information and encouraging them to be part of the speaker line. Yeah, do you want better pay? Everyone wants better pay. I work in Amazon, I know, right? I worked through the pandemic in Amazon. That was I started in 2020. It was a very depressing era with the COVID going on, with the social distancing, associates were coming to work, but we were not allowed to socially connect with each other due to the rules and regulation that was being put in place. Most importantly, it was one of the most busiest period in Amazon because Amazon was one of the companies that was still sending orders and deliveries outside it because people didn't have the chance to go out. So with Amazon sending deliveries outside, so that means they have one of the companies that have earned a lot during the pandemic. And considering such a huge gain, and then paying their workers who have put in that hard work just 50p, it's an insult. It's an insult, and I feel like Amazon can do more.
The GMB Union, which has nearly 460,000 members across all industrial sectors, stepped in to support the Amazon workers after they were offered a pay rise of just 50 pence.
This is an employer that isn't exactly known for its good employment relations, and certainly not its relationship with the trade unions. And as we've seen in the 10 years that we've been supporting Amazon workers, Amazon will not seek to engage with us at all. So the engagement we have with our members is primarily off-site, on gate jobs. So this is a huge step forward. Amazon spends a huge amount of time and money trying to keep us out of the union, out of the warehouse. They think we're the union. Effectively, they've got it very, very wrong in this instance. The union's in there. The union's actually this group of workers taking strike action. This is a huge step forward for us. This is a huge step forward for them, and hopefully the beginning of a movement that we can take in supporting Amazon workers, not just in this warehouse, but others, to actually start to unionise, get better paying conditions.
Stuart, have a cup of tea, 2 sugars.
We've got all sorts of issues that are happening inside, but the bulk of the issues are around the way that they play one worker off against another worker with regards to their targets. So it's a real pressured environment in there. So you've got people that have got all sorts of injuries because they're just not able to stop, take the right breaks. They're not able to do manual handling or anything like that because it's a really difficult environment, and if they don't work as hard as they possibly can, they find themselves on a disciplinary.
The complaint that I would have is that when we then fail in our job and we need time off to recover, we may find ourselves being punished by Amazon's health policy. When the robots break or don't work, they have a team of expensive technicians to service them, and they're put back to rights. Whereas if we go off because of it, burnout, for want of a better word, we then will face a disciplinary procedure, which will then kind of have an adverse effect on us. If we go off again, we can find ourselves quickly being threatened with the loss of the job.
We all work, making the company one of the billion-dollar company in the world, but we still don't feel appreciated. So that is, with the cost of living, everything going on right now, that is really draining on a lot of people. It's making a lot of people feel depressed because they have to drive from a very long way to get to work, and then when they get to work, put in a lot of hours, they still don't, instead of them getting paid properly, they just get a pay rise of 50p.
In terms of inflation, things have gone up so much that it's led for us to actually make a stand. I mean, before I was sitting on the actual fence, I was just observing and thinking, should I, shan't I, should I, shan't I? Then I thought, hang on a minute, you know, there's more and more people joining GMB, and actually I think I need to support my colleagues. Hence why I came out and thought, why not, you know, every voice matters. So That's one of the main reasons really. It's just purely the fact of not being able to have enough money coming in to pay our bills, you know, it's just basic needs.
If we don't get to a point where those bosses start to listen, engage and actually resolve the issues that we have here, we're going to see an escalation of what's already happening. We're going to see a continuation of those disputes until we drag those employers kicking and screaming to the point at which they start to resolve those issues.
I mean, it's across the UK, but it's also global as well, to be honest. I mean, Amazon workers across the globe are coming together. We had Chris Smalls that has been organising in New York over this week and meeting with some of our workers. So, you know, it's absolutely fantastic. We've got other fulfilment centres that are contacting us now and saying that they want to do the same thing. You know, the pay at the moment is just appalling, and people can't live on that pay. So, you know, they feel like they've got nowhere to go.
Thank you so much for watching the Real News Network, where we lift up the voices, stories, and struggles that you care about most. And we need your help to keep doing this work. So please tap your screen now, subscribe, and donate to the Real News Network. Solidarity forever.